Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Volvo Christian, and welcome to this glorious Volvo XC60. This is a press car from Volvo Car Norway that I'm going to have for approximately 1 week of testing. This is a Model 26 XC60. It's finished off in the dark exterior theme, and we are rocking the new color from Model 26, Forest Lake Metallic. I'm absolutely mesmerized by this color. Yes, in some lighting it looks almost dark grey, but when the sun hits it and you get this green shade popping up, holy moly, what a color this Forest Lake. This is rapidly turning out to be one of my favorite Volvo colors, next to denim blue metallic. And I didn't think I was gonna like it that much, but yeah, this is breathtaking, mesmerizing color. But as I said, Model 26 XC60 Forest Lake Metallic over the dark exterior theme. For the interior, we're rocking the Cardamom Nordico, and this is in the Ultra specification. So we have the panoramic roof, the 360 camera, and for wheels and tires, we are rocking 21-inch alloys wrapped in Pirelli P0 tires. But the main focus today are the powertrain, because this is a T8 plug-in hybrid. And I often praise Volvo's plug-in hybrids. I've actually owned several myself. And I often praise these plug-in hybrids, especially after Model 22.5, when Volvo gave it a bigger battery. And it's the same battery we have here in this Model 26. I often say that it's like having two cars in one. Because on the one hand, you have an electric car. You can drive back and forward to work, all electric. Like I have done yesterday when I was heading to work. I could drive from home up to work approximately 35 kilometers, all electric, and I even had enough range to go back again. Same today, all electric. So you can run it as an electric car for all your daily work commutes. And then you have the other part, the petrol engine in front. And that gives me confidence to know that I can drive as far as I want, as fast as I want, wherever I want, like I'm doing on Saturday morning. I'm heading out on a long road trip south towards through Sweden, and I have the confidence of knowing that I have a strong petrol engine, and also I have the electric car to take me back and forward to work. So it's like having two cars in one, and that is the thing I love with Volvo's plug-in hybrids, because I love both of these two, and you get them in one car, the plug-in hybrids. But in this video, we're going to put one of these to the test. We're going to put the EV side to the test to see how far I managed to drive all electric. As you may see here today, it is really sunny. Sunny and dry, and it's hot as heck. It's actually almost 30 degrees Celsius. So yeah, and I'm here in my hoodie, but I'm actually just finished at work, because I work in a grocery store and I have my work uniform under. So I just had a hoodie over. And I have charged the XC60 up at work, but I just drove down here at IKEA to top it up to 100% to start the video here. So I have 100% of battery now. The battery in the floor, 18.8 kilowatt hours. 3-layer, the big battery that we got from Model 22.5. We have 14.9 kilowatt hours usable. And that battery are connected to a rear electric motor, providing 145 horsepower and 309 Newton. And that's the only thing we're going to use today. Rear wheel drive and this 18.8 kilowatt hours battery. My plan is to head to Ski Storsenter, because I'm heading homewards. It's approximately 30 kilometers highway, but I'm going to do a massive detour up to Lillestrøm, and then the back roads, and to end up at Ski Storsenter again. And I will bump the distance to approximately, I think it was 65 kilometers. And let's get started. Put the car in drive, 70 kilometers, trip computer reset, and we are off our way. See no cars, we can just probably drive out here. Let's see, maybe I should jump over one stretch and jump out here. And we are on our way. So 70 kilometers. I'm almost 100% sure that we're going to crush that, because on my way to work today, approximately 35 kilometers, It also started with 70, but I had like 40 kilometers. Are we actually going to take the left side, not the right, because I want slightly more highway driving. When I arrived at work, it's still estimated 40 kilometers, and I have driven 35, so that should be 75. So I'm really excited to see how this will turn out. Maybe close the windows, maybe also close the panoramic roof. So we have reached the end of the line with the XC60 and the electric range test. And as you may see, we are not in Ski. I actually passed Ski and still had 20 kilometers remaining on the battery range. So I just continued driving. And I have now arrived in beautiful and calm Drøbak. We started this range test with 10 kilometers of highway driving with 80 and 90 kilometers per hour. And then we entered the back roads primarily with 80 kilometers per hour, and we had a couple of stretches with 50 and 60 kilometers per hour before we arrived at Ski. But then I continued on these small roads, 50, 60 and 70 kilometers per hour, up to the stretch over here with 80, and then through beautiful Drøbak downtown with this beautiful architecture and the buildings. And then I actually parked here with 1 kilometer remaining charge. I thought this was a good place to stop, beautiful location, and I just crushed the WLTP. You know, the WLTP for the XC60 as it sits now are 81 kilometers, 81. And my planned route was 63, but I just crushed it. And as I said, yeah, I'm now in Drøbak. But how far did I manage to drive with this astonishing XC60? Well, I actually managed to drive 90 kilometers. 90 kilometers, I kid you not. 90, I just crushed the WLTP. Yeah, once again, this proves why I love Volvo's plug-in hybrids. You can definitely reach these WLTP figures. And I drove myself. I had the cruise control for the first highway stretch, but then on all of the other side roads, I just used my own foot. So you could probably drive even smoother or softer if you use the adaptive cruise or if you have a lighter foot. But yeah, 90 kilometers, what can I say? I'm mighty impressed. And this proves why I love Volvo, and this could definitely work as an EV for me on my day-to-day work commute, because I can charge at home and I can also charge at both of my workplaces. So I can definitely run the XC60 as an EV for all my daily work commutes. And this forest lake in the sunshine here in Drøbak. Oh yeah, mighty impressed. What do you think about these results? And what do you think about the actual car? But I think that was it for this video, and I hope you will join me for the next video. That will be a highway range test. Saturday morning, Oslo to Malmö. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.